Hey everyone, Clay from Brooklyn, Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. Here with a very brief look at the upcoming game against Denver in terms of just some like injury updates and some general statistics. Real quick, please grab the like button if you want to see the Giants beat Denver on Sunday, and I know you do. Let's get together and talk about it. Grab that like button, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. All right, business aside. So Denver only has a very short injury list. However, it happens to be both at the same position. Their weak side linebackers, Jonathan Cooper and Jonah Ellis, are both limited in practice and are questionable to play. They have a very good defense, but obviously missing two key players at the same position, the starter and the backup at the same position, would hurt any team. But looking at them statistically, they are second in the league in fewest points allowed with 15.8 points per game. So the teams are scoring just under 16 points a game against them. They are 20th in the league in points scored. They're scoring 21.7 points per game. They are 15th in the league in yards per game on offense. They're gaining 337 yards per game. They're second in the league in yards allowed. They're only allowing 254 yards per game. So this is a very good team. They have a very good offensive line. They have a very good defensive line. They have a very good pass rush. Pat Surtain is an outstanding cornerback. This is a good team. As far as us, we've got a series of people who are listed as questionable. Jermaine Illuminor is questionable. Roy Robertson Harris, Dane Belton, Paulson Adebo, DJ Davidson, they're all listed as questionable. Darius Slayton and Jalen Hyatt both missed some practice time this week, and we're not entirely sure that they'll be ready to play. We're not at full strength. Obviously, we're already missing neighbors. We all know that. But there's some people who are, even JMS coming out of concussion protocol. I'm not sure he's a definite go yet. Statistically, we are 20th in points allowed. We're giving up 24 points a game. We are 26th in points scored. We're scoring 20.2 points per game. We are 19th in yards per game on offense. We have accumulated 328 yards per game. And we are 28th in yards allowed. We give up 370 yards per game. So do what you will with that information. The fact is, I guess the most important things are we are 26th in points scored and they are second in points allowed. That's not a good matchup for us. Doesn't look like we're going to score a lot of points in this game, at least if the numbers hold true. And they are scoring 21 and a half points a game, and we're allowing 24 points a game. So it seems like they would be more likely to score in the 20s than we would. So what are my takeaways? My takeaways are basically that if we can pass protect, and that is a big if, because this team is leading the league in sacks. Oh, that's a stat I should have put up there. They are leading the league in sacks. But if we can pass protect, we should be able to at least throw to our tight ends. Like I said, they've got some injuries in the linebacker crew, and their linebackers, even the inside linebackers, Justin Strnad and Alex Singleton, are not especially good in coverage. So if we can get those linebackers to have to cover our tight ends up the slot, up the seam, that might be a way for us to move the ball. Again, throwing to the outside, not only don't we have Malik Neighbors, but they have Pat Surtain. And even Riley Moss, the other cornerback, isn't bad. He's a pretty good cornerback. He's only allowed 44% of his targets to be completed this year. So that's outstanding. And their slot cornerback, Jaquan McMillan, is also very good. He also blitzes on occasion. He's already got 2 sacks. And you might say 2 sacks, that's not a lot. That's more than Abdul Carter and Dexter Lawrence combined. So I'm just saying he's got more sacks than the two of them combined. And, obviously those two guys are doing a lot of other things really well. But as far as getting the quarterback on the ground, Jaquan McMillan is having a better season than they are so far. So we're going to need to be able to pick up the blitz and or to throw to the hot read if he comes off the edge with a slot corner blitz. We're going to have to be able to block Nick Manito, who leads the NFL in sacks. We're going to have to do a lot of things well up front to have any chance to move the ball consistently and score some points. We're going to have a handful. This is a good team. The good news is that they're only averaging 1 point per game more than us offensively. Like I said, they're scoring 21 and a half points a game. We're scoring 20 points a game, a little over 20 points a game. So on paper, at least, their offense doesn't look that much scarier than ours does. And, with Jackson Dart and Cam Skattebo, I think we all would be more than happy to put the ball in those two young men's hands late in a game, in a close game, because they seem to really have something going on. Some magic happening there. And they only average 10 yards a game more than us in total offense, right? So even their, yardage as an offense isn't much different or better than ours. So this is not a high scoring, potent offense that we just can't contain. That's not what's going to happen. I worry that we may lose the turnover battle because their defense is so good and because they get after the quarterback so well. So that's a bigger concern to me. Their defense is very, very good. So we may have to rely on our defense to kind of, match them and get after their quarterback and make Bo Nix have some turnovers, maybe a strip sack, maybe force him into an interception. If we can at least stay even, if not win the turnover battle, that at least gives us a puncher's chance in this game. So we actually have more takeaways than they do this year, which is very surprising to me. But so it's not out of the question that we might win the turnover battle. But that's what it looks like. It looks like this is going to be a tough game for us. I'm going to say that I don't think we're going to win this game. I'm going to predict a low scoring game, a close game, but I think we're going to lose like 17-10 or something like that. In a hard fought battle, close game at the end, one score game, and neither offense is going to, have a whole lot to show for this game. But I just think that that team is too well rounded and balanced, and that's a good team. And we just beat the defending Super Bowl champion. So obviously we can beat anyone, but we also just lost to the Saints. So we can lose to anyone. So I think that we're still kind of finding our footing and they are, pretty solid. So that's my prediction. Denver 17, Giants 10. But what do you think? Please put a comment down below and let me know what you think about what I think. Again, this is Clay for Brooklyn. Oh, I didn't do this beginning. Football with the fellas. And of course, it's all about Big Blue. Let me know what you think. And for now, I'm out.
Going on, Big Blue fans? It's your man Mazo, Football with the Fellas, all about Big Blue. Come on today just to give you my view on the upcoming game of the Giants playing the Broncos. I believe they're playing in Denver, Colorado, so the air is going to be a bit thin up there, so we got to get used to that. The Broncos, they're a really good team. The Broncos are a really good team, especially on defense. They actually have a great defense. I think the offense is like it's mid, the offense is mid, but the defense is tough. It's a really good team though, really good team. On the injury front, you know how it is. For us, I'm going to talk about us mainly. Um, hey, we're missing, our receiving core is like really going to be tested again. You know that Malik Neighbors is out for the season, and don't know if Darius Slayton's going to play now because of his hamstring, so he had a little bit of hamstring issue, so he might not play. Even heard that I'm hoping it's wrong, but that even Jalen Hyatt might be a little something going on with his legs, but I think he'll probably play. And you know what? It's time for these young guys to show out. It's got to show out, show up and show out. So I'm looking at, let's see. I'm Mr. Optimistic, so let me just think of this too. It's going to come down to the lines, and actually since the Broncos do an excellent job of getting after the quarterback, our offensive line's got to really stand up in this game. This is time for them to really stand up. And how do we do that? With the run. So we get Scatterboo, you can get him, going downhill, and hopefully Tracy is feeling even better, so he can come in and he can also, do his thing out there and, get like 4 or 5 yards of crack, that would make him one of the top backs of all time if he keeps doing that. So you want Tracy to, to do well out there too. What I'm looking at again, me, it's my tight end room. It's all about the tight ends with me. Theo Johnson, man. Theo can have a really, really big game today. Especially if they're gonna be coming after if the Broncos defensive line really gonna be coming after Jackson Dart. You gotta hit Theo on the little slants, butt hooks, just the fly pass right up the middle, hook up Theo. So remember I said it, Theo Johnson's gonna have a big game. Also you're gonna see if we can throw little quick passes out to Mr. Robinson, Wandell. And you know, I would hope that, you know what, that Dabo. will get this team riled, get really fired up. Let Dabo know a streak is not one in a row. We beat the Eagles, and yes, we're all excited, but a streak is not one in a row. Let's go out there and get two. Let's go out there and get two. All right. So this your man Mazo, Football with the Fellas, all about Big Blue. Type in there, like, what do you think the score is going to be in this game? One, will the Giants win? And two, what's your score? And whoever score is closest to the what really happens in the game, we're gonna shout you out. Me and Clay from Brooklyn, we're gonna shout you out in our next episode. All right. So hit that like button, subscribe, write that in there. Oh yeah, you need my prediction. You know me, I'm Mr. Optimist. And a lot of people saying the Giants are not going to score a lot, but I think they're going to break through in this game. 21 Giants, 17 Broncos. Call me crazy, just optimistic. Your man Mazo, Football with the Fellas, all about Big Blue. Peace. Big shout out to El Marquis Productions, the talent behind the music and production here at Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. Their beats bring energy and excitement to every episode. El Marquis' skills in mixing, mastering, and creating top quality sound make the podcast come alive each week. For your own projects, check out elmarquisproductions.com and take your sound to the next level.